Mahomes now on first down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check, crunch. Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Slow.
On second down, here's Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to air one out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Mostert. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice gain.
Throwing on first down is Keenum. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number. On first down, it's Keenum. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now. That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They'll run it. This is Booker, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Devontae Booker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Now McManus for the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And caught right side, Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
After the interception, here's Keenum. Dancing to his left. Out of the backfield, this is Devontae Booker. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Got his man, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Denver. Demaryius Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep over the middle and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's take it at around the 40. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
On second down, here's Keenum. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Now Keenum. Looking deep for Demaryius. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play. Then trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And McManus able to put it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Kevin Huber now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And coming out now, the Broncos. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter down in Tampa. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Mahomes now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Mahomes to throw on second down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. 23 yards on the play.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Von Miller in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Going deep downfield for Ross. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Mahomes again. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Hut, hut, hut.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail. Hut, hut.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Bullock good on the extra point. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. And the lead now down to 20. So that one will be accepted. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Oh, twisting away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because with their hoping.
Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ace! Ace! Ready! Green, 39. Huh?
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on.
Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. He's going to fire one deep, and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Here we go. Green, 90. Green, 90. Ace, ace.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Now Mahomes on the screen, Bernard. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Coming to you. Come ace, ace. Alert 3.
On second down, here's Mahomes to Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Blue 45. Blue 45. Slow.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Roger. Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Very left.
To throw on second down is Keenum. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Roger.
Throwing now, Keenum. Forced out to his left. His throw incomplete. Darqueze Dennard there defensively. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And an alley to run. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
No, not running. Keenum wants to throw. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Keenum here again. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Third and long. It's Keenum. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.